Elon Musk had replied to me on Twitter earlier today where I was pointing out that, maybe some of the energy that he's spending could be channeled into something more positive and productive rather than negative. After all, it's kind of my thing. But to his credit, he did reply back, and looks like he actually taken my point seriously. I'll show you the tweets and we'll talk about it coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. Alright, so that's kind of cool. It doesn't happen every day when Elon replies to me. It only happened once before, and again, both times, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of, in some way, was calling him out, and to his credit, he was replying to me. So yeah, I mean, it's funny that when I told my mom earlier today, I said, "Hey, mom, Elon Musk replied to me today. That's kind of cool." And she said, "Son, were you nice to him?" And I said, Mom, it's not really my job to be nice. As a matter of fact, if I wouldn't be doing my job if I was just asking all these nice questions. If you guys watch my channels, I've asked tough questions and different executives and guests of my show, and I feel like I wouldn't be my job if I wouldn't be doing that. So let's it's funny how like Twitter actually turned out to be a better forum sometimes to do that, because as you remember, a couple of months ago, I've actually was pretty much standing right next to Elon. This is a picture I took of him standing side by side, and I felt like I didn't really have anything to ask him or to tell him in person, at least maybe not in that setting. So that was I guess maybe a better way to address something. And so let me tell you about the tweet that kind of caused me to reply with this. Before that, really quick, let me remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the Byton's M-Byte, the all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe next year, starting at only $45,000. And look how fast and easy it is to reserve one. There's absolutely no payment required, so you can go to byton.com or browse to their link in the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. All right, so let's move on to the tweet, and here's the original tweet. So Elon said just basically was kind of trolling a Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal has not been kind to him. As a matter of fact, the most people in Tesla community, and obviously himself, believes that they've been unfair to him, and they are on the side of sort of big oil and maybe people who are shorting Tesla stock. And so this is the tweet that he posted today. And I really kind of was thinking, is like, he does a lot of good stuff on Twitter, right? He addresses some issues from customers. He makes announcements, and sometimes he just makes jokes and memes and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I thought, if you're going to, worry about this, and he does worry about this, right? The famous 420 tweet that he tweeted out that he's still dealing with right now. I guess when he was asked about it, my understanding was it because of his frustration with Wall Street, with the pressure from Wall Street, from shorts and so forth. He worries about it so much that, I feel like all of this energy could have been used to do something more positive. And that's kind of exactly what I said. I basically pointed out that, his energy is valuable. And there are quite a few things that they're still kind of could be done better at Tesla. One of them is being Powerwall. As you know, this is one of the referral program prizes that pretty much most people have not gotten, and it's been almost 2 years, at least for me. Now that's a bit of a kind of a weird subject here, because he I want to go too much on a tangent, but this is something that was promised to us when we sold Tesla cars with our referral codes, and they obviously received the money, but instead of giving it back to us as a referral prizes, they've kind of ended up investing it in a bunch of like energy projects, and they were important projects, and Tesla is very proud of it. They've made a lot of money on them in southern Australia and a few other places, but those were kind of our battery cells that we thought we're gonna get for our power walls. And it's almost like if somebody borrowed $1,000 from you and then said, I'm gonna give it back to you as soon as I get paid with my paycheck, and then the paycheck comes and you're like, well, where's my money? And it was like, I decided to invest it into some stock. I'll give it to you back later. That's kind of a feeling that a lot of us have been getting. So I thought that, that's one of those things that really easily solved. And I have offered a solution, and I'll tell you what it is in just in 1 second. So that's what I said. And to my surprise, he actually replied with this, and he basically said, well, he kind of trolled me back a little bit, I have to say, but he said that tweet did take immense effort. Emoji, and then he basically said, fair point though. And I mean, this is where I'm kind of hoping that the point that he thought was fair was me saying, listen, just let's shift the energy, just leave these guys. Everything that Tesla has done that's amazing can be easily emphasized with all of the positivity, rather than just kind of constantly going after critics. And in general, going after media is just not historically a good look, I would say, especially with somebody who's such a pioneer as in many different ways as Elon Musk. Now, as far as Powerwall, he basically said that we all knew this. He said that they were trying to deliver as many cells as possible for Model 3, and Powerwall production have kind of subsided because of that. Now, I still have to call a bit of a BS here because they've been producing quite a few cells that could have gone to Powerwalls, but they've chosen to use them for those bigger projects that they've done, the battery farms. And again, as impressive as they are, and it also was a huge benefit to the company because their energy division revenues have been growing. But us little guys who have helped to sell all of these cars have kind of been forgotten. And I did make a suggestion because I think I was in a car actually with Eli Burton. As you know, he has a segment on this channel called Supercharged with Eli Burton. So check it out on Wednesdays. But he said, Alex, don't just complain. Tell him what offer a solution. And I said, okay, well, what would I like at this point? Because if Powerwalls are not common, what else? And actually, I came up with something that I thought was very reasonable. Unfortunately, he didn't reply to this one, but I'd say maybe you can consider giving us, instead of the Powerwall, something that may not be available for a while, something that is available right now, which is a full self-driving upgrade, either for a current car or maybe towards the next purchase, because that would actually make a big difference. It won't cost anything to Tesla. It will just be an over-the-air update. They won't even have to spend any money on delivering that Powerwall. And it would be I would gladly take full self-driving features over a Powerwall, which I just don't have as much need. And I think there will be quite a few people who would be willing to do the same. As you know, in some states like Wyoming, and I forgot which one else, and I've reported on that, I think, a couple of weeks ago, Tesla is actually offering Tesla credit in those states where they just don't have installers and for those Powerwalls. And I thought this was actually kind of a very similar solution to what they got going on right now. So yeah, I mean, I guess two topics in one here. But as far as like I'm concerned, kudos to him acknowledging this. And I don't know if it will really go far. Maybe a small difference in his mind, but maybe it's time for him to move on from kind of fighting with Wall Street and with mainstream media and everything. The news that are coming out of Tesla just, I believe, stand on their own. There's just really no need to fight the enemy where you're just so much better than what they stand for. And if they want to short the stock, that's great. That's fine. Show him by having the stock skyrocket because of the amazing product that Tesla puts out there, and the growth that looks like it is continuously happening. I think what it is slowing the stock down and maybe even playing into the short's hands are the tweets, like the 420 tweet and so forth, is the negativity that's kind of eating him from the inside, from what I'm hearing. So maybe he will be a little bit more positive, and but this was definitely been an interesting and fun experience for me. By the way, quick reminder, guys, if you're not on our VIP list, you should get on there. We have quite a few exclusive articles and exclusive content and offers that we offer every week now to those who are on the list. Usually once a week or so we're planning on doing this. Go to e4electric.com/VIP. There's also a link in the description of this video. And I also want to give a quick shout out to one of our newer Patreons, Brad Sequoia. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. Thank you to all of my Patreons for supporting and contributing to my independent channel. If you guys want to join my Patreon, go ahead and perfect timing. Look, patreon.com/e4electric. That link is also in the description of this video. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.